Grand Rising, good morning, good people. Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Good morning to all the dead sheep out there. But Grand Rising to my people. You feel me? OCO. You dig? But this topic, this early discussion topic is about money. I'm learning about financial literacy. You know what I'm saying? The more I learn about financial literacy, the more I learn that black folks or melanated being or copper colored, whatever you want to, you know what I'm saying? We have not been taught about financial literacy. We are financially illiterate. You understand? And that's one of the generational curse. In order to break a generational curse, you have to pinpoint what the generational curse is. And then you go in and fix it. And then once you fix it, you teach the next generation, your kids, what you learn. So they won't make the same mistakes. And then that's how you break generational curse. So financial illiteracy is one of the generational curses that we have. You know, and for example, all of us that heard our people talk about how many essays be living in one apartment or how white folks can stay with their parents till they like 21, 22, bill free type shit. Or if they do have to pay bills, it probably be something small like the light bill or some shit like that. Our people clown at that. But little do they know, that's financial literacy. That's financial literacy. These essays living in one big ass apartment, you feel me, be like 5 of them. One big ass apartment, the bill be like 1,000. You heard me? If it's 5 of them, that's $200 a piece. Rent's paid. And then yesterday they made a $1,500 check that day. $200 a piece. Now you got $1,300 to work with. Then that's when they can get these nice cars and flashy cars and build their credit and do all this shit like that. Then if 5 people going in on groceries, you feel me? That's called unity. Some shit that we don't have. See, we be clowning other generations when we lack what they have that we need. All other races have unity, financial literacy, and they can come together. They got neighborhood watch and community meetings and all this shit. We don't have none of that. You can't even get a black community to have a meeting about the neighborhood and what to fix and how to fix and what we gonna do. You can't. So while y'all so busy sitting back laughing at how many essays is in the apartment, these folks got money, these folks credit is good, these folks is good, they riding around in good shit. They wearing real gold. You heard me? Real Prada and shit like that. And then y'all hatred spirit is so hateful towards white people that y'all won't even learn. You won't even learn about the game that they created, the stocks, the bonds, and shit like that. Financial literacy. If Waka Flocka, y'all clowned this man for years about him being slow and shit like that, but he got a doctorate degree now in financial literacy. If he can do it at 35, then you can do it at 20, 21, 25, 26, 27, 30 even. You know what I'm saying? I love financial literacy. I'm loving this shit. Now, I done gained enough knowledge to where I can start applying this shit. In 2021 about to be a lovely year for a nigga. You feel me? Y'all have to get on financial literacy. Financial literacy and self-discipline. You know what I'm saying? Financial literacy and self-discipline. You know, and a lot of people always put off what they could do today for tomorrow. I told one of my homeboys, I'm like, hey fam, why don't you go ahead and start investing in shit like that? Because I'm 30 and he 2 years younger than me, so he 28. He 28. I told him, hey fam, why don't you go ahead and start investing for your future? He was like, man, I'm about to have fun with this money. I'll start investing later on in life, probably about when I'm like 40 or some shit, about to have kids. Why do that when you can start investing now at 28 when you don't have kids, let all that money flip and grow for years and years and years and years to the point where you hit 40, you won't even have to think about investing because you done already invested it at 28. So now when you 40, you got bands and bands and stacks and stacks. Now when you decide to have a kid, now you financially are ready to have a kid. You got the bands, you got the stacks, and it's gonna continue growing and collecting interest and all this shit. So now when your kid come, you can take half of what you just earned investing in stocks and bonds and shit like that. Take half of that and make a stock portfolio for your child now. Now you can make that for your child when they first hit this earth. Then when you create a stock portfolio for your child, that money's gonna grow from the time that baby come out the womb to the time it's 18 or 21, ready to go off to college. Your child got stacks and bonds. They can go to college. They ain't worrying about being hungry. They ain't worrying about books, tuition, rent, nothing like dorm rent, whatever. None of that shit. Because it's nice to be hopeful and hope your child get a scholarship, but you got to come back to the reality. Not everybody get a scholarship, so you might as well have a plan B for when they don't have a scholarship. Okay, I done stacked up all this money from the time you was born. Now you 21, about to get ready to go to college or whatever. Now look at your bank account. Over about 40 bands, 50 bands in that thing, probably 100 bands, depending how the stock did. You heard me? And then when you teach them this, then they could continue going on. Even when they in college, they could continue making money while they getting a degree to start their career. Financial literacy, man. You know, when you buy a house, make sure you buy the land that house is on. Then you can have 100% ownership, because if you just buy a house and not the land, you're going to have to pay property tax. Property tax is just another fancy way of saying rent. Just like mortgage is just another fancy way of saying rent. You're still renting. Anytime somebody have the ability to put you out because you missed a payment, that's rent, my nigga. I don't give a fuck what fancy word they put on it. Mortgage, property tax, lease, whatever, financing. All those fancy words is just saying rent. Because if you miss a payment, we can take your shit. That's renting. So when you buy a house, make sure you buy the land. And when you buy the house, work towards buying the land. You feel me? 100% ownership. It's time to get financial literate. It's time to get financial literacy, my people. If y'all really want to unite and really do this shit, we got to get financial literacy. And then when everybody get on the same page of financial literacy, then we can unite with the communities. Then we can be like the gated communities. We can have community meetings and neighborhood watch, and we can keep an eye on the police, and you know what I'm saying? We can keep an eye on these kids and shit like that. When you go to these gated communities, these kids and shit ain't wilding like that, because it's a community watch. We watching the kids, and we know everybody, so we gonna call your people and let them know what you out here doing. You heard me? Why you think all these rich kids always leave their gated community to go to the hood to fuck up shit? Because they know they can't do it there. Everybody knows each other. Community watch. This is unity. Community. You can't have community without unity. Black people don't have a community because we're not unit. We're not united. We get the financial literacy down pat, then we get the unity, you heard me? Then we can start building. Who says we can't have an all-black gated community? Who have a neighborhood watch? Who have community meetings about what we gonna do for the community and the kids and shit like that, just like the gated community and these white folk do. Come on, man. Don't hate your enemy so much that you don't want to learn from them. They're winning. They're ahead for a reason. Peep game and apply game. You heard me? But you know, it's time for a nigga to go in here and clock in. You feel me? But rewind the video, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube page, Science is for the Conscious Mind. I'm gonna be dropping a lot more stuff about financial literacy, because I really want my people to get financial literate out here. You know what I'm saying? For real. This is real talk. But hey man, y'all be easy. Y'all have a blessed day. Eat right, sun gaze, moon gaze, do some shadow work. You feel me? burn some sage, get some dragon blood sage, and just, you know, stay and protect your energy at all costs, man. Los, I'm out.